Hello students. Like we discussed in the previous class that there are four main physiographical divisions. The first one we discussed, the northern mountain region. Now in this class we shall understand what the peninsular plateau are and how the Indian Great Plains are formed. So starting with the peninsular plateau. Peninsula means the reverse triangle and plateau means a high tableland above the sea level. So how much high? Well, the Indian Peninsula Plateau, as you can see, it is triangular in shape. It has its base in the southern edge of the northern plain. So these are northern plains, and here the south of northern plain. From here starts the Peninsula Plateau, and apex is Kanyakumari. So its tip is here, and it is ancient tabular block. So thousands of years back this plateau formed. It is made up of igneous and metamorphic rocks. We can say that plateau are the storehouse of minerals. So this tableland above the sea level, above that is sea level, that is 0 centimeter, is very high. How much high? Here it is somewhere 100 meters with going downwards, going southwards. Here at certain places it is 1000 meter high. So this land goes like this, it is elevated like this towards the south. And then it is amazing to see how Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats here they are formed, and how the coastal plain is. That's what we'll be discussing in the next class. I hope that you are clear with what the Peninsula Plateau is. Peninsula is this southern part that is covered by water bodies. It is a reverse triangle shape. It starts in the south of northern plain. Here is North India, the northern plain. Below that is our Peninsula Plateau. Here the height is somewhere 100 centimeters above the sea, and growing gradually downwards. Here it is somewhere 1000 meters near Kerala. So this tableland is formed due to the lava outburst. So inside these plateau we find two types of things mostly, that is igneous and metamorphic rocks. It contains so many plateaus, so many hills, so many rounded hills, so many waterfalls. So basically this is the tableland. This is the land on the height starting from 100 meters above sea level to 1000 meters above sea level, and it's beautiful that it is fit right within the country's boundaries. However, some geologists say that this is extended towards East India as well. Altogether, for you to remember this much is sufficient to produce answer in your question paper, in your boards. Let us now understand what this Great Plains wants to explain us. Okay, so having understood the Peninsula Plateau, the plateau that lies in South India, now what lies above that is what we have to know. Peninsula was an uneven land, as in the flat land, but above sea level. Plains are just parallel to the sea level. So where are they located? Basically they are located in south of Himalaya. So they are Himalayas, and below that the flat land we call them as plain, and north of the Peninsula Plateau. So this is Peninsula Plateau. The entire region in between this, below the Himalaya and above the Peninsula Plateau, the entire region is known as the Great Plains, the northern plains. Now these northern plains are divided in three subcategories. The first is Punjab plain. Why Punjab? Because it is located near the region of Punjab, Haryana. This plain is prospered with Indus River. Indus River's alluvial soil is received in this particular plain. Then is Ganga plain, because it is Himalaya right here. The Gangotri glacier where from the river is originated, the entire region, the plain region receives the goodness, the good alluvial soil from Ganga river, and hence we call this bigger patch. You can see that in the entire plain they are sharing the highest proportion, and that's the Ganga plain. And then the Brahmaputra plain. We know that Brahmaputra is an international river. It passes through so many countries and gets back to India, originating from India, moving across and getting back. In between this patch, the East Indian patch is such where Brahmaputra river nourishes this plain, and therefore it is known as Brahmaputra plain. So children, the plain is a flat region. It is 0 degree, 0 centimeter. It is lying below the Himalaya and above the northern plains, and it has got classified in 3 parts. The one that is nourished by Indus rivers, the one that is near Punjab is known as Punjab plain. The one near the Ganga river, you can see the largest share is Ganga plain, and finally the one that is nourished by Brahmaputra river is Brahmaputra plain. What is the importance? Why these plains are needed? So there are so many good reasons. There is a lot of importance, but the 3 chief ones are these. It's ideal for cultivation. If it is a flat plain land, you can grow anything, and because it is a flat land, it is fit for any type of transportation system to be set up, like railways, roadways. Because it is flat, when you cultivate, you get good share of agriculture, and that's why we see that this entire region produces maximum agricultural produce in terms of quantity. And the added thing, flat land could be anywhere, but it needs fertility, and these rivers, Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra, they give a lot of fertility to this plain. So the significance of northern plain is it has got a very high fertility and high occupancy. When there is lot of prosperity, when there is lot of possibility of having a good agriculture, so number of people will also be living more. So there is lot of occupation, and that's why we see that there is maximum population in different states lying here, and they all get some of the other work to do, whether it is mining or it is farming or it is labor work. So there is higher population because there is a possibility of good economic returns. So students, after having understood the Peninsula Plateau and Great Plains, in the next class we shall learn what the coastal plains and the islands wants to say us. See you then. Bye bye.